Trae. Come on, it's the day with Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday, and I'm so excited to have y'all start your week off with me. Thanks again for doing so. And I'm also excited because I got a phenomenal duo in the building, the amazing couple, Marlie and Anthony Love, the producers and creators of Traveling While Black. They are coming back to the Day with Trae to give me some updates on their road trip and a couple of things that they have in the works moving forward. So I'm so glad that they are joining me here today. But of course, it's time for you to join in, and it's the top of the show. So it's the best time for you to share this show with folks who you feel could also benefit from a daily dose of dopeness that we give you right here on the Day with Trae. If you can't watch our TV show, don't trip. We got you covered, y'all, because you can listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae. You'll find me on whichever platform is your favorite. We're on all of them. Now, before I get into it with the amazing Loves, I'm excited because as you can see, we are full swing into summer. And you know, that means there's all types of events almost every week that are going on where we get to participate with our community. And let me tell you, this is also a great time to explore other communities. Later on in the week, I'm excited because we will be spotlighting Fremont Fridays. And Fremont is not an area I get to frequent often, but when I think about the opportunity to explore new neighborhoods and get to know my city better, the summertime is perfect for it. Now, whether you do some touristy things and treat your city like you're just visiting, I'm telling you, there are some amazing nature and event-based things that you can tap into. Now, if you have the pass, you know, for all of Washington's parks, you can definitely go to all of the parks, explore the area. There's so much nature out there, y'all. And I'm excited because I'm going to try to work some of that in for my summer. So now I'm encouraging y'all to do the same. Of course, it's the best time to be spending time with family, with the kids out of school and things like that. I know it means we have to adjust our summer schedules, but this is the time to enjoy not only the heat out there and the beautiful sun, but all that Washington has to explore. And I want to encourage you to get outside of your city, right? If you are someone who lives in Seattle, works and plays in Seattle, trust me, there's a lot you're missing in terms of what the rest of the state has to offer. Doesn't matter what city you live in or where you're from. When you start exploring other cities in our state, you get a great understanding of why so many people travel to Washington State to explore their summer fun. So let's be some of those folks ourselves and explore Washington in the greatest ways we can. Now, y'all know I had to tap into this while I have the Loves here, as this is what they do all the time, right? And they are giving us a great glimpse of how beautiful the Pacific Northwest is. So I'm encouraging you to find some time in your summer schedule to do some exploration yourselves. Well, up next, you know I'm excited because after the break, we got Marlie and Anthony Love in the building from Traveling While Black, and we'll hear so much more about their road trip and some adventures that they're going to be going on for their show. Y'all definitely don't want to miss this after the break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Disenrollment is a situation whereby people whose birthright to be indigenous is being stolen from them by politicians that have been elected to lead.
Today, the latest or last chapter of the saga concerns the threatened physical ejectment of as many as 21 Nooksack families from their homes.
I think it come about by hatred for our family. That's what it's all about.
Our bloodline is still here. You know, they can't get rid of us. on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in and break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2, we don't need no pause. You with Misty, we gon' get tipsy. Don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that. Copy my steel. Face the fact that.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Day with Trae. Of course, I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now is Anthony and Marlie Love. What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's up, Trae?
Hey, it's so good to have y'all back on the Day with Trae. It's been a while.
I know it's been too long, but we are definitely happy to be back. That's for sure.
Well, y'all have been busy, and so I want to get into it because y'all actually said we're going to take our show on the road a bit here and do an actual road trip. I got to hear about the beginnings of this and what happened throughout, y'all. Start with you.
Well, yeah, like you said, we just decided, hey, let's just do a road trip. So we're originally from Missouri, and we were going back home, and we said, instead of flying back to Seattle, why don't we drive and then stop at certain cities along the way and kind of like document those experiences? Because like the old motorist green book, it was all about the drive. And so we were like, let's kind of tie that our show back into that road trip as well.
Well, see, y'all have an amazing, already a great platform. And for those of you who don't know, Traveling While Black, they have their own YouTube channel. Y'all can follow their entire journey on YouTube, but they do this all the time and they rate the places that they go, specifically for their perspective and experience, but also for other Black folks. Anthony, how was this road trip? How were some of those stops y'all made?
Look, this road trip was probably one of the, I would say, greatest experiences of our lives, just because of the fact of not only getting to spend a good amount of time together, but also what we were able to learn about America. And especially from traveling from a perspective of a Black traveler. Throughout the road trip and all the stops, well, at least the first 2 stops, we definitely got to see some of the historic Black districts of those areas that we had no idea about, especially Kansas City. Growing up in Missouri ourselves and going to Kansas City a lot, we learned so much about just that Black culture there that we had no idea about. And then continuing west onto like Cheyenne and Billings, even though it was kind of hard to see the Black history, just in getting to learn and hearing the stories told by the Black people living there, I think that was what was most amazing about the whole experience overall.
You know, you make a great point here too, because so much of traveling is connecting with local folks, right?
Yes.
And getting to hear more about their perspectives. What were some of those highlights for you, Marlie?
Oh man, so we'll start with Kansas City. So it was really nice to talk to the people that are instrumental in building up the Black community in those areas. So for example, like Bob Kendrick, he is the president of the Negro Leagues Museum, and just hearing like his perspective and his passion about baseball in the Negro Leagues was just amazing. And then even we met this guy named, Kemet, and he was the co-owner of the first Black brewery in Missouri. And it's like, wow, just again, meeting him, hearing his passion, and just seeing what he's doing in his community was just awesome.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Also too, I mean, traveling in general, I think it almost always provides some lessons learned. Y'all probably experience that often, not just with a road trip, but outside of it. What were some of those lessons, Anthony?
Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely. It was a bunch of lessons from the traveling, and even for us, shooting content, the production standpoint, like make sure your batteries are charged, test your sound. But from just a traveling perspective, I think it was pretty dope to get the confirmation, again, going back to like the Black history, that no matter where you go, you could find a rich Black history, that we were there and we did something that really gave to that area. Again, even if it isn't very visible, I think that was really one of the biggest things I kind of took away that was awesome, just because this is what we do a lot of times just from up here in the Pacific Northwest.
Well, I get to publicly thank y'all for what you're doing because y'all are shedding light on areas that a lot of folks don't travel to, right? I mean, how are you responding to some of the ways that folks are receiving your work out there? Your audience is growing. How is that feeling for y'all? How is that working to connect with your new viewers?
Oh, it feels great because when we decided to do this road trip, I guess it was kind of on a whim.
Yeah.
we didn't plan a lot, which is like flexibility. That's what we learned also in travel. Be very flexible. And we were like, we think this is what individuals want, but we're not really sure. But like now that we have all the episodes out and people are like, we love this. We love the series. We want y'all to keep on going on road trips. We're like, oh, this was a great idea. So it's just really nice. And we're really, really thankful. We don't take it for granted. It's just, it feels great.
Yeah.
We're very thankful.
I would definitely add, just going back when you said the outside audience, just going back and made me think about another thing that we learned and tying it back to Seattle and up here, as we're growing our audience and outside, they're kind of, following our channel and seeing more about, oh, they've been doing this, and they're getting to kind of learn about what we've been doing up here and specifically about Seattle. I think one thing that new audience will learn, or hopefully they see, is, especially if they come here, they will see sort of how Seattle has a great appreciation for its like historic Black district, as opposed to say like a Denver. One thing when we hear from our Denver, or the folks finding our content from the Denver has a rich Black history. It used to be called Harlem of the West. Wow. But there are folks that are telling us that they've been living there for like 20 plus years or 10 years, had no idea. Yeah. When we moved to Seattle, don't matter if you're a transplant, if you're born here, you know about the history of the Central District. Wow. And so I think that was kind of cool, even like getting this new audience. We are still even learning after actually traveling about just, perspectives that we picked up during the travel, during the road trip.
This is great to hear y'all say it because honestly, I always think, well, I'm from here. I know because I lived in the Central, grew up there, and that's where my family really came. When they came to Seattle, that's where they settled, right? But to hear that, we get to take a lot of pride in that. And I am always reflecting on this phenomenal history behind us, which is so rooted in the Central District, right? But it's a great depiction of what we have from the past and why there's so many strong efforts today to carry that forward. So yes. I really appreciate you sharing that. Well, y'all also got some exciting things in the works that y'all are excited to share. What's going down?
Well, people love the road trips, so we're like, let's keep on road tripping. Because typically, like with their episodes, we'll hop in a day and then travel back to Seattle, either fly if it's too far to drive. But so I think we're gonna hit up the Oregon coast and just road trip up that way, because we haven't really, I think we've done the Oregon coast before. And then in the very near future, I think we're gonna do like some North Seattle content as well. I think hit up Bellingham.
Yeah, we're going to check out Bellingham and then Everett. Right. We're going to go back to Everett and see if we can see a different side of Everett. So that's sort of going to be a real interesting one for us. We're really excited about it.
Well, as you said, I mean, almost no matter where you are here, there's some elements of Black culture, Black history in those areas. And while it's less up north, it still is present, right? Yes. And so y'all probably already experienced that the first times going up north. And, one of the great things I love about Washington State is it's so vast. I mean, we were talking just a bit before the show about Washington having the deserts, the rainforest, the water, the mountains, right? Yeah. We have so much great terrain to explore that I'm excited that y'all are doing this work for us. And of course, for those who are trying to figure out how they stay connected and tapped in with y'all get to look and let them know. One of y'all gets to speak to it, or they can just look on the wide. Just go to the wide right here in the middle and tell folks how they stay plugged in with Traveling While Black.
Yes, so you can find us on YouTube. Just search Traveling While Black. On Instagram and TikTok, it's Instagram, it's Travel While BLK. TikTok, it's Traveling While BLK. And our website, travelingwhileblackseattle.com. And feel free to reach out to us at any time as well.
There it is. Y'all, I'm so glad y'all found time in your busy schedules to join me today.
Anytime.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, thank you so much.
That's how I feel.
Every time. Well, the first time I had y'all on the show, I literally was like, when are we doing a collab? So don't worry, y'all. We're going to have to get some planning together. I think we might have a spot in mind.
Yes.
You never know. You never know. But thank y'all so much again. Looking forward to seeing more content from y'all. Keep it up. Y'all are doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you, Trae. Thank you so much.
Y'all, it's always great to have the Loves here on The Day with Trae. And I get to wrap up all of this love right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Hello, welcome to Elite Insights with Carlos Humani. We're looking to offer an in-depth look at event production industry through the lens of client experiences and joint successes. The podcast will emphasize guest interviews, focusing on client, discussing their fields, and reflecting on their collaboration with Elite Collective. Again, you're with Elite Insights. Carlos Humani here. I'll see you guys in a few.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Oh, such a pleasure to have Marlie and Anthony Love joining me today from Traveling While Black. You know, one of the things that I really love is that we have so many phenomenal folks, not only creating content, but sharing experiences, just like the Loves are. Y'all definitely want to tap into their YouTube channel and stay engaged with their content. They have some ways of making sure the audience is a part of their experience and helping them decide where to travel to next. So it's definitely engaging. It's also informative, y'all. You'll be learning about some of these places that maybe you thought you wanted to go, but they're going to do it for you and then tell you why you need to get there. So definitely check in with them. It's amazing content to tap into. And I'm so grateful that here we have such dope creators doing dope things to share our experiences and also to capture these experiences for future generations to go back to and learn from and engage with. That's what I love about media the most, and this is why Black media matters. Y'all, thanks so much for watching this episode of The Day with Trae on this magnificent Monday. Y'all know we're gonna keep it going for y'all throughout the week, so stay tuned with us. Tomorrow, I will be back here, and until then, at 11 a.m., y'all, peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.